You bitches make it so complicated and difficult for a nigga to communicate with you. That's why nigga rather let you believe whatever it is that you believe at the time, because you trying to listen with the intent to validate you being right, instead of listening with the intent to comprehend what a nigga really trying to tell you. Bitch, stop trying to philosophize every fucking thing. Niggas, for the most part, is simple and plain. If a nigga said red, bitch, he mean red hoe, not burgundy, not maroon, bitch, red. That's why niggas say shit 1 or 2 times, bitch, you ain't got it, he go find him another bitch. Babe, I like when you wear the black hair. You know, I really, really like that. I don't really like the other shit. Bitch, you didn't hear that. You heard a whole bunch of other shit. And who you catch him cheating with? A bitch that wear black hair, ho, because you wasn't listening. What are you bitches?
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Crocodiles. Gonna give a double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful like brothers out there pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity. I'm not gonna make it too long because it's a woman video, but I'm gonna bring out the spiritual aspect of why we go into women and what the scriptures say. You know, right now, hey, if you have a wife, that's cool. Scriptures say don't seek a wife, because right now they're full of trouble, especially being in Babylon. Because the most important thing is that they don't have any fear of the Lord. They don't have any order, nor do they listen. You know, if you can find your woman, as it says in the scripture, you know, they will do exactly what you say, you know, and how you say it. You know, they're not going to be perfect, of course. But if you got one that's trying to do that, then you have hope. You know, otherwise, yes, there is no purpose in getting a woman if she's not going to listen to you. You know, prior to what they might tell you in America, oh, you're a tyrant. Well, let a man be a tyrant by himself, you know, so he can govern his own self, man, which is what we're here to do. If you're not down with the program, then you can go, you know, whether it be man or woman. But everybody has a place in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Is it not written male or female? We are all one, meaning we are under his same word, under his order. And if you don't believe in order, then get to stepping. Shit, this is Sirach out of the Apocrypha, chapter 7, verse 23. It says, "Hast thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth." So, yeah, one of the sad things about being raised in Babylon is that a lot of us don't have that. So when you come into the truth, you have to discipline yourself. You know, you have to pray for the Lord to help you with discipline, with your self-discipline, so that you can be on point, so that you can learn how to take instruction and in order. You know, because naturally, yes, you're supposed to be raised up in this, but you got some people that, aside from not being raised in the truth, you know, most of us weren't. You know, we weren't born into this. We also, most of us were born to black women who did not have a husband, and there was really no structure in the household. If there was certain structures in the household with a single black mother, it was because she was being kept by her mother, who in turn raised the children. That's usually how it goes in most black homes. The grandmother of the mother ends up raising the children, or sometimes even the father, because, you know, you got a lot of deadbeat dads, you know, if they are in their children's life, you know, and they have custody of their kids, it's really their mother who ends up raising the child more than the parents these days, man. And that doesn't really give a whole lot of structure, but it's better than what most do. Most people are just out there in the streets, man. But naturally, we're supposed to be raised up in this. You know, it says, "Hast thou daughters, have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful towards them." You know, meaning, hey, ain't no thotties being raised in Israel, man. Ain't no whores being raised in Israel. You know, a whore feels like she can speak her mind. You know, you got some of them say, "I don't even sleep with that many dudes." Well, the simple fact is that you have a whore's forehead, man. You have that wandering concubines, that concupiscence, which is those desires, those wicked desires where you feel like you can establish your own thing and do what the hell you want. That's not in the truth, man. If you want to go about to establish your own righteousness, you can see how that's going to fare with you and see that it's not going to go anywhere. All right. It says, "Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter." You know, because it's going to come a time where women do have certain hormones that have to be dealt with But not, in this society, you can't marry them at the proper age, which is when they receive, when they're past their flower or receive a period. That's when they're released. Naturally, yes, you're supposed to be married at that age, but that has helped create more whoredom by not doing that. Because you got them shit. My wife told me that one of her family members said she lost her stuff at 10 because she had her period at a young age. Which goes to show you that that's the age that you're really supposed to marry them off, man. That keeps back a lot of wickedness, man. Because you got Satan tempting their minds, and it might sound weird to a bunch of people. And I'm not saying go out there and do that, because hey, I'm pretty sure she lost it to somebody that was around her age. The point is that when those hormones set in, people are ready to play. They're ready to get it on. You were a child once. You were a horny so-called child once, coming into your adulthood, which is what puberty is. I'm only speaking the facts on why this world is upside down. This is one of the reasons, man. All right? Like I said, not saying go out there and do this with somebody that's well underage, but this is why that happens. And this is why so many whores. You got women that's been given freedom, and they've been probably fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry since they were past their flower and hiding it from their parents, and now they're just some big whore, man. Talking about they want to settle down at the age of 30 to get married, man. And these things not ought to be so, but here they are. And this is one of the reasons why the Lord has to come and correct us, because we can't do it. All right? But it says, but give her to a man of understanding. So it's not just marry your daughter off. It's not a whole lot of men with understanding save the man that's in the truth. So yes, you would have to, of course, find a man that's suitable for your daughter. First off, you raise her right. It's like, okay, my daughter, she's on point. She's not like these other women. That's the hope that you have. So you give her to the right man. You ain't making too much of your children saying, oh yeah, my daughter, she's gonna need this, she's gonna need that. And it's not a man alive that's good enough for. That's bullshit. Because the scriptures say that a woman's wickedness is, hey, even if in her, it says the churlishness of a man is better than a curly. I'm gonna just get it real quick. Yes, this is Sirach 42:14. Better is the churlishness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. And if I'm not mistaken, when you go into that word churlish, it doesn't necessarily mean wicked, but you could have wicked people that are stubborn and mean. It just means basically a mean person, man, a tough person, like I think it even says that about the word forward, even though forward itself can go into somebody being wicked, but it's just somebody who's stern, somebody's kind of tough. They're not as gentle as the next person. All right, it's saying that this guy who is bogus as hell. Even his righteousness is better than the sweetness and the courteousness of a woman, man. All right, but nevertheless, getting back into it. It says, hast thou a wife after thy mind, forsake her not. That's why the scripture says, if thou have a wife, seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife, seek not to be bound. All right? So if you got someone that's listening, hey, chances are the Lord could put her in your life, because when the times that we're coming into, she's going to be that help aid, which is what a wife is supposed to be, a help mate. Not help make your life difficult. All right? It's much more than just sex or a woman saying, oh, well, you should listen to her needs. It's not about that. It's not about whether this woman is angry or not. It's about her listening. That's pretty much it. Same way as us all. All our needs are not, it's like not our needs, but our wants. Because that's really all it is. It's a want and it's a desire when it comes to certain people in these relationships. Like a woman in this day and age, she still sees a man as an accessory rather than something that she needs, or that's the reason why they cast him off, especially the so-called black woman. They even put it in shows that the heathen are more submissive. They feel like they need a man because they're right. Because at the end of the day, aside from happiness, to make your life a little bit easier, you're gonna need a man. To protect you from death, you're gonna need a man. You were created to need a man. It says that your desire should be towards your husband. He shall rule over thee. All right. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. And it reads, it says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Talking about childbirth. That was never meant to be a sweet thing. It was a judgment. It's a curse. That pain, that labor pain is a curse. You're not supposed to bring forth children and be in pain, because children are meant to be a joy. It says, in thy sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So your husband is your mind. You're supposed to desire to love to please this man. All right? And that's not a curse. That's simply how the Lord was going to set it up, that part. The man was always meant to be over the woman. As the Most High is over the church, it's like as the Most High is over Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai is over the church. This is Sirach 26 and 7 and 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over unto a light woman. All right. And a light woman is a woman that thinks that she knows better than a man, that thinks that she can be okay without a man. Nobody's saying choose just any man, because now you choose these men that you complain about, but the scriptures say, to get basically a just man, all right. But you women choose wicked men because you yourself are wicked. Hold on, let me see if I can get that real quick. Yeah, this is Sirach 26 and 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that fears the Lord. A man that is well ordered in the spirit of the Most High is going to reward that man. Not to say that brothers haven't gotten with bogus women, but eventually, hey, the spirit is gonna make that woman flee. You know, it's gonna be something that's gonna happen to that woman. You know, if the Lord is dealing with that man, it says, "Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her." All right, you know. And then you got some that's probably they might not be destroyed until later on, but It says the grace of Sirach 26 and 13, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. A silent and a loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. All right, because most of the time, you know, when women are given this position of power, they start just spewing out whatever comes into their head. You know, like it says in the scriptures, that a fool uttereth all his mind. These table talks, what is it, the View, all right? Just women talking about a bunch of wickedness because they've been given the podium and the light to do so with this feminism.
So women of a different nationality tend to be more submissive than black women. And because of that reason, our black men are going to those different nationalities to find a woman, find a wife, right? So in my personal opinion, I just feel like those women know where they come from, right? They know their culture. They're taught their culture. And within that culture, it's taught to them that you're supposed to be submissive to your man. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That shit is not up for negotiation nor debate. That's just what it is, right? And being a woman, being a black woman living in America, right? We know that we are African Americans, right? However, what is our culture? We're not taught African culture. So what is...
Hey, our culture is that we are Israelites, man. And these women do know. They just choose to ignore it. We go out, hey, the Lord sends us out there to teach the children of Israel, but they choose to not listen. All right? thought it was 7:24. Let's do it right there. This is Jeremiah 7, verse 25. Slaki. Hold on. I'm gonna start at verse 23. But this thing commanded I them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your God, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward, meaning that these people want to maintain the same mindset that they have in this world. Women know naturally that they need men. They see the news where all these women are getting judged, and yet they still want to just go to Esau for protection, and he's getting judged. Oh, you women need to go to gun ranges. How about you just get a man of the Lord, man? This woman's going to get a gun, and what she's going to do is she's going to do some wickedness, in which they always going to do wickedness, because that's not your protection. You just give it. It's been men that's been condoning that type of behavior. Oh yeah, you women need to go to the gun ranges. That's not going to protect them. Yes, a woman needs a man. You know, don't get me wrong. It's cool learning combat, but the thing that these women need to learn is instruction under a man of the Lord. You'll never see any of the other nations talk about that they don't need a man and they just go into a gun range. Our women are out there naked because they choose to be, even physically. But they're out there like that because they want to be on top. What did the little clip say? It says 5 women to know not to date. 1 is a new feminist. Really, all that shit that it was saying was that of a mindset of a feminist, a woman that wants to dominate. A woman that wants to dominate is not going to live because she's hopping outside of the natural order of how this thing is. A woman was meant to be dominated. Like that one weirdo dude with a bunch of fucking jakes in the woods, butt naked. He said the one thing he did say was right, and that's that a woman is supposed to be submissive unto a man, and women know this, but they don't want to fight to do it. They got all these excuses. Oh well, women have been hurt so many times that this just turned them into a man. It ain't got shit to do with that. You just have a hard time listening. You don't see any grace or strength in listening to a so-called black man because you always see him getting shitted on, or a so-called Hispanic man. You see this feminism and going wild. It looks good to you. That's that wicked fruit, man. That's that tree of the good and evil, where you can get to turn up and do what the hell you want. You like that fruit more than you like the words of righteousness. All right? Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers. And that's why this generation has become worse, man. You know? Because, hey, before, you never really had such thing as a fatherless household. But this Willie Lynch letter stuff has really destroyed the foundation of the household, which is meant to build up our people, to show them order. A mother and a father shows you order, and then it's a hierarchy with mother and father. It's like it's really father and mother. It's a hierarchy. Even when that structure of you having both parents, the father is over the mother, and the kids are under them, from eldest to youngest. That shows you a structure and an order. And if you do something wrong in the house, you get judged in the house by way of discipline, so that you can carry this mindset out into the world and be a good person. But you know what? You don't have that anymore. And Esau's trying to take away from that so they can create more demons in this society, man. For one, to be a slanderer of our brethren and say, look at what we're doing. But he created all this and tried to make it seem like his hands were clean. The Lord is going to get him for that. Some woman tried to argue me up and down, but saying like, oh yeah, it's the black women, and they hate black women. Meanwhile, she got some simp with her, but she's saying all this, and yeah, hey, Jake is really horrible to each other. But Esau created most of this shit. Esau created it. He systematically created it. He's doing it behind closed doors. He's dressing up like Jake to go murder Jake. He's putting the guns in Jake neighborhoods and as well as the drugs, and making it so Jake can't never achieve, and making this lifestyle seem cool. All right? You can't let this devil off the hook. All corporates are gonna be penalized, you know, including niggas that, you know, that was actually doing it. But the guy that's in control of all this, making sure that it gets done a certain way, he's definitely gonna be in the judgment seat, man, in that hot seat. Right? Yes, it's Jeremiah 44, verse 3. It says, because of their wickedness which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods, including the Queen of Heaven. I believe that's mentioned in the scripture. Verse, it starts to talk about it. All right. It says, and to serve other gods whom they knew not, neither they, nor your ye. It's like neither they, ye, nor your fathers. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate, which, whoredom is a detestable thing. Homosexuality is a detestable thing, which those are abominable things. It's a disgusting thing. It's something you don't want to see. The same way that they turn their noses up when they see the prophets, that's how we feel when we see their wickedness. The woman on top, that's just out of order. A bunch of dudes gang banging her and shit. Because that's the spirit of that. That's what you get from that, a woman queen, which the word queen just means a hussy or a whore. There is no throne that a woman sits on. Because what's the vice versa of a man that's a king? You know, a king has what? You see a king, he has the most riches, he has the most women. That's what you think about a wise, wealthy man. He has it all. Now, reverse of that is a woman. That looks a lot disgusting. It looks terrible. She's putting her hands on the heads of men. They bow before her and shit like that. That's the society that we live in, man. Where they see that. That Queen of Heaven vibe, it stops here, man. It doesn't go any further. That is a wicked vibration, man. That's satanic. All right? And it's a lie. You know, because this woman, when she was going into it, she was saying how it's a delusion that's on these women. All right? So I'm going to get this in Isaiah 31. It says, woe to the rebellious children, says the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit. Because that is not of the Heavenly Father's spirit. That's one that is celebrated in Christianity, because Christianity is nothing but a pagan worship, which is why so many women in those harlots' houses. All right? It says that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt. That's all you see in those harlots' houses, as a matter of fact, is homosexual men and whorish women. It says that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, which is what's going on. Like I said, you know, these people trust in Esau's gun and his weaponry, that they can do whatever the hell they want, and they'll be okay. One minute you're talking about defunding the police, then next thing you know is talking about saving our black women. All right, which is it? All right, because if you wanted to say defund the police, then you have to be submissive unto a husband. All right, you have to come into that mindset, because right now the government in the shadow of Egypt is the husband to you women, and it allows you to run rampant and be harsh and to speak your minds. Man, it off of the scripture. And Yahweh Shah said it as well. He said it's good that a man not even touch a woman. Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 27. It says, art thou bound unto a wife, seek not to be loose. Because like I said, that's the balance. If the Lord did bring a woman to your life, for one, we don't just leave women, and we don't just leave children. If the household is in order, there's no sense in doing that. If everybody's abiding by your rule, sometimes you got to put your foot down, but for the most part, everybody listens, then that's still a better situation. That's the situation that the Lord apparently wants you in, But on the other hand, it says, seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife? So, hey, man, your woman that left you, hey, you're not really supposed to be trying to seek another in this moment, not to say that the Lord can't send you one that's going to be good, but for the most part, your mindset is fixed on this. And women are chasing us right now. So that means we got to vet them. If a woman's trying to be in your life, just like it said right there, give me the advice on how to deal with a woman. Because shit, some of these women will set you up. All right. Some of these women, like I remember the brother Murphy had told me, man, it's two things. It's two types of women. It's a woman that sees what she wants, and it's a woman that's looking for what she wants. She's still trying to find out. She's meaning if she don't like your ass, if she's keeping you around, she's trying to use you for substance or for something else. All right, because it says that their hearts are bands and nets, if I'm not mistaken, snares and nets, basically traps. They got they daily basically plotting. But yeah, man, this really isn't the time, because for one, these women are gonna chase us, and we have to vet them to make sure that they are the right fit for the spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, because we are far distant from this world, and if they are of this world, and that means that they are still under the hand of Esau. They are still bound unto him, and we don't need that unto us, because we are far distant from his detestable wickedness, man. All right, it says, seek not a wife. But, and if thou marry, because these things do happen, and we are men, so I'm not saying go out there and be a unit. The scriptures don't say that. The scriptures don't necessarily say that you can't deal with a woman, but it does warn you what could happen if you do. All right, it says, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, and if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. And nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. Meaning, you're gonna have problems with your woman, because she is not so much a spiritual being as you. But if the Lord puts a spirit on her to want to serve you, there you go, man. But it's going to say it. Verse 29 says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. So, for the most part, that's one of the reasons why a lot of women leave, because women want attention. Just like the one video that was circling on TikTok and on Instagram, when the dude worked a 13-hour shift, and all the women in the comments saying, oh, well, hold on now, listen to her side. This man worked a 13-hour shift and ain't shit else you should say. This bitch is eating food right in front of his face saying she gonna split it. She had plenty of time to cook clean. A woman's home all day long. But it's because what? He ain't giving her time? Well, his spirit is carnally going to work to give her a better comfortability in the home, so that she can be able to cook and clean and be happy and be nestled up and have the shit that she wants. Just like us in the spirit. What are we doing? We're laboring to enter into that rest of Yahweh Shemiah Shah. That's why we say all the time, when our women and these 2/3 find out what we was really doing, they are going to have great shame, man. Yeah, this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. It says, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief, which is the reason why we go hard. We have to go hard, because it keeps our spirits up. It keeps us in the faith. And with that, well, I'm going to just say it like this. When most of the men of the Lord were in the spirit, some of the time they were alone. But it does say, as far as not forsaking the assembling of ourselves, so it's supposed to be around more like-minded individuals like us, which isn't always going to be a woman. Because a woman cannot gird a man's strength up like that. It takes the spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. And it says, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, which is talking about his men, there will he be in the midst. So for the most part, we're not gonna always be around the family, but we have families, and our families is gonna have to understand that it's not their time; it's our time. The same way that the woman does with men on this side, but that shit is ass backwards. So if we say these things, we're wicked. But if they say these things for women, then it's okay. It's because these things are accepted in society, and the Lord has said that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of the Most High. So that should show you that everything that you see in this world that's contrary to what we're saying is out of course. So with that, I'm going to end this lesson off. Give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakwadash. Shalom and Abba Ball.